fights tomorrow will be coming your way from the MGM Grand Garden Arena. We're in the nice, cozy marquee ballroom right next door. There's Daniel Henry with a modest 2-2-3 record. He hails from Austin, Texas, and is a smart cookie. He has 2 degrees and a master's degree in advertising from the University of Texas. His nickname is Ham. Yes, I said ham. But will he be a ham sandwich tonight? For Caleb Plant, a lot of hype surrounding this young man. He's 22 years old, has an unbeaten record of 6-0 with 4 knockouts. And he enters Sin City tonight from Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee. And Caleb will be fighting with a very heavy heart tonight. His 19-month-old daughter passed away in January. He'll be wearing pink laces tonight in honor of her.
He's wearing gold with gray trim and weighed in at 162.5 pounds. Hailing from Nashville, Tennessee, he is undefeated with 6 wins. 4 of his 6 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Caleb Sweet Hands Plant.
Any questions? 6 rounds will be my commands. Good luck. Touch gloves now. Let's go to work. Thanks.
Jay Nady, our referee. Teddy, welcome back to Vegas. I know you love it here.
Thank you, and you're welcome back to ringside, sitting next to me, and I know you love that.
Who wouldn't?
I hope you do.
What do you know about
ring the bell,
Caleb Plant?
Oh, I know that he's going to try to make ham and eggs out of Henry.
Daniel Henry certainly...
Since you just gave me the info that Henry's nickname was Mr. Ham, I think it's going to be quick. I would expect Plant to go right through Henry, to be honest with you. He's 8 years younger. He's a former national amateur champion. He started at 12 years of age, which usually future champions start pretty young. He had 117 amateur bouts. Henry only had 10 amateur fights. So I'd be shocked if Henry could bring it into deep waters here with Plant.
Caleb, a 2011 Golden Gloves champion in the great state of Tennessee. Also was a former kickboxer. World champion, in fact, at the youth level. Nice left hook, and comes another one from Plant. Plant got the better of that exchange.
I think Plant is going to get the better of all exchanges tonight, as I said before this fight started.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are you all right? Come to me. Come on, come on. Box.
Henry says he's okay, but that smile probably tells us otherwise.
When Henry signed the contract for this fight, he was not okay. This was always going to be a mismatch. Plant just too much amateur experience, and he's being groomed as a top prospect, as a guy who can be a contender, maybe a future world champion. Henry at 30 years of age, he's an opponent. Game hanging in there, give him credit, but he's an opponent.
Coming up tonight, our 2.5-hour edition of Friday Night Fights. Adrian Broner, who fights tomorrow, joins us live here tonight. So too does Dan Rayfield. He'll be bringing along his notebook, and we'll get Teddy's take on tomorrow's big bill over at the MGM Grand. You've got Adrian Broner taking on John Molina Jr., Keith Thurman versus the Ghost Robert Guerrero.
Well, one thing we've learned about Henry, he's got heart. One thing we've learned about Plant early on is he's not really a finisher. I mean, he still might get Henry out of here in this first stanza, but he had him hurt really bad. He's got him hurt again, and you can see his attitude is not to get right after.
Oh, that did it.
This should be the end of it now, though.
He's turned his back, and now he's turned his lights out.
Well, he finished that.
Stay there. You're okay. Don't move. Don't move. Lay there.
Well, he was taking his time, Plant. not going right after Henry when he had him earlier, but here at the end, he finished the job. And now all we're concerned about now is maybe things that should have been concerned about before this fight was made. The well-being of Henry.
Did it feel like the stoppage was just a little bit late? He had completely turned his back to his opponent, which basically says, I don't want to fight anymore. And Plant landed 1, 2, maybe even 3 power punches. Then Henry went flat on his back.
Yeah, I would have to say that you would probably have wanted to see the experienced Nady get in there. As you just said, you can't say it better. Get in there just a couple seconds earlier, because a couple seconds in this sport, this difficult sport, this sometimes dangerous sport, can equate into several punches. And you don't want a fighter taking several punches that he doesn't have to take at any time.
Let's take a look at the finishing sequence as Plant knocks out Daniel Henry.
Left hook, right hand, and then he hangs there. And this is where the referee should have been in there already. There's kind of difficult to argue the case against that. Right there, fight should be stopped now. And as you said, Todd, very accurately, 2 very clean punches, perhaps 3 landed that perhaps didn't have to land if Nady got in there just a little quicker.
Well, it's nice to see Daniel Henry up on his feet and aware of what's happening now. Send it up to Thomas Treiber for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 2 minutes, 29 seconds of round number 1. Our referee in charge, Jay Nady, steps in to stop it. Your winner by way of technical knockout and still undefeated, Caleb Sweet Hands Plant.
We work. So Sweet Hands beats Ham.
Yeah, and listen, he did what he had to do, Plant. He had an opponent in front of him who was 8 years the elder, who only had 10 amateur fights to his 117. He got him out of there. And, you know, he did it with form, he did it with technique, and he did it with promise for a bright future. And he did finish the job, even though I was saying early on that he didn't have the temperament, and I still stick to that. He didn't have the temperament of really being a seek and destroy finisher. You know, he had him hurt probably about a minute before that, and he could have jumped on him, but at the end of the day, there was going to only be one conclusion to this fight, and that was Plant with his hands raised.
Plant with his 5th professional knockout and his 7th professional